You're not truly lost, you're merely avoiding something. You're not truly lost. You're merely avoiding the one thing that would alter everything. It's astonishing how frequently we convince ourselves we need more time, more signs, more motivation. But deep down, we already know what needs to happen. We're just hoping life will do it for us. You've been there, that quiet moment alone, phone face down, mind racing. You sense something's off, but instead of acting on it, you scroll. You distract yourself. You tell yourself it's not the right time, as if there's going to be some magical day when your fears vanish on their own. Truthfully, most people don't stay lost because they're clueless. They stay lost because it's convenient. It keeps them safe from change, from risk, from responsibility. You can't mess things up if you never try. But let me tell you something uncomfortable. That version of you who's figuring things out, they're not figuring anything out. They're stuck in a loop. And the loop ends the moment you decide to stop waiting. Clarity doesn't knock. It shows up after you do the thing you keep putting off. Yeah, I get it. That sounds like something you'd read on a coffee mug at your therapist's office. But sometimes the reason it sounds cliché is because it's true. Reflecting helps. Even reading something real, something small that shakes your thinking a little, that helps too. Like the short ebook I just put together. Nothing fancy, just something honest to help you reset. If you want to check it out, it's linked in the pinned comment below. No pressure, just there if you need it. But in the end, it still comes down to action. You'll stay lost until you try it. And when you do, you'll wonder why you waited so long. Have you ever noticed how the mind can make a 2-minute task feel like an Olympic sport? You know exactly what you need to do. It's not even that big. Send the message, start the thing, speak up, walk away. But somehow, your brain turns it into a Netflix miniseries called What If It All Goes Horribly Wrong? And just like that, you're stuck in your head again, overthinking, over-preparing, over-worrying until even the idea of doing it feels exhausting. Here's what nobody tells you. The longer you wait, the heavier it gets. You don't just delay the action, you start building resistance to it, like mental scar tissue. And the worst part? That resistance pretends to be protection, but it's not protecting you. It's preventing you. Yeah, I've been there too. That moment, where your soul says go, but your comfort zone says, let's just take a nap instead. But here's something I had to learn the hard way. Discomfort is not the enemy. Confusion is not the enemy. Waiting until you're 100% sure, 100% ready, that's the enemy. Because that day you're waiting for, that perfect moment when you feel bold, clear, and certain, yeah, it doesn't exist. At least not in the way you're imagining it. What actually happens is this. You take one shaky step, maybe even reluctantly, and suddenly things start to shift. Not because the step was perfect, but because it broke the spell. The spell of being stuck. The lie that says you need a guarantee before you begin. You'll be surprised how many answers reveal themselves after you finally take action. And no, it doesn't always feel like a Disney movie. There's no magical swell of background music and glowing sense of victory. Sometimes it feels more like, well, that wasn't as bad as I thought. And honestly, that's the win. Every step you take chips away at the fog. Every little action is you proving to yourself, I can move. I'm not paralyzed. I'm not broken. I'm just a little scared, and I can handle that. So, if you're waiting for motivation, inspiration, divine intervention, or a neon sign that says, now's the time, this is it, this moment right here, this voice in your ear reminding you, the first step isn't supposed to feel perfect, it's supposed to feel real. And real is more than enough to get going. Let's talk about something we don't admit enough. There's a weird kind of comfort in being lost. Not because it feels good, but because it gives you an excuse. When you're lost, people don't expect much from you. You can say, "I'm figuring it out," and nobody pushes. You don't have to risk failing at something real because you're still searching, still in the in-between, still preparing. But here's the catch: that in-between can become your identity. It starts off as a phase, a little pause while you gather your thoughts. But if you're not careful, it turns into a lifestyle of almost starting, almost trying, almost living. You wake up every day with ideas, with thoughts, with glimpses of who you could be. And by the end of the day, nothing's changed. Because that little spark got buried under comfort, under hesitation, under maybe tomorrow. And I'm not judging you. I get it. Comfort feels good. Comfort says you don't have to face that yet. You don't have to grow yet. Just stay here. Stay small. Stay safe. But growth doesn't happen in comfort. It happens in movement, in the awkward, uncertain, slightly uncomfortable middle where you don't know exactly what you're doing, but you're doing it anyway. And here's where it gets interesting. Most of the time, the thing you're avoiding, it's not even that massive. It's just unfamiliar. You're not afraid of failure. You're afraid of stepping into something where you don't recognize yourself yet. Because stepping forward means becoming someone new. Someone who doesn't procrastinate. Someone who follows through. Someone who acts. And that's scary because deep down you might be wondering, who am I if I'm no longer the person who avoids things? It's a weird question, right? But that's the heart of it. We stay lost because even though it's uncomfortable, at least it's predictable. At least you know how to be this version of yourself. But stepping into the unknown, that requires a different kind of courage. Not loud, dramatic, movie scene courage, but quiet, daily, boring courage. The kind that gets up and does the thing before your brain has a chance to talk you out of it. You want to feel like you're on the right path? Start moving. That's when things start to open up. That's when you feel a shift. Not because the path is perfectly clear, but because you're finally on it. You don't need every answer right now. You just need to stop ghosting the life that's calling you. The version of you keep imagining. They're not waiting at the finish line. They're waiting on the first step. So, no more playing small. No, more waiting to be ready. Try the thing. Start the thing. Be the person who goes first. Not because it's easy, but because you're done pretending you don't know what to do. You do know. Now, it's just about proving it. Let's clear something up real quick. Taking the first step doesn't mean you suddenly become this ultra-productive, focused, disciplined machine. Nope. Sometimes it just means you didn't bail on yourself today. And that matters way more than you think. See, people romanticize transformation like it's some dramatic moment. You hit rock bottom, scream into the sky, and boom, new you. Cue the emotional music and the montage of your glow-up. But that's not how real change works. Real change is subtle. It's gritty. It's doing what you said you'd do when no one's watching. And it feels boring. It feels like nothing's happening, but something is happening. Under the surface, you're building trust with yourself. And when you trust yourself, that's when things actually start to shift. Most people don't lack motivation. They lack self-trust. They've bailed on their own promises so many times they don't even believe themselves anymore. And if that hit a little too real, good. That's where things start. Because the way out isn't some motivational speech or a new productivity hack. It's not about waking up at 5 a.m. and drinking celery juice while journaling your dreams. It's this. Start showing up for yourself in small, boring, ridiculously unsexy ways, consistently. And yeah, that's the part no one wants to hear because boring isn't fun. It's not flashy. But you know what it is? Effective. Look, you don't need a whole life plan right now. You don't need to map out the next 5 years or write your 10 commandments for personal greatness. That's just another way of procrastinating. What you need is to start becoming the kind of person who does what they said they would do. Not for perfection, not for the results, but to prove to yourself that you can. That's how you escape feeling lost. You become a person whose actions finally match their intentions. And don't overthink this. You don't need to wait for a full moon or burn sage on your balcony. Unless you want to, I'm not judging. You just need to move. Send the message. Turn off the distraction. Do the thing that scares you just enough to remind you that you're alive. Because staying lost, it's not about being directionless. It's about being disconnected from yourself, from your word, from your own potential. And when you reconnect with that, even a tiny bit, that's when you stop feeling like you're floating through life and start feeling like you're finally driving. Not coasting, not drifting, driving. Even if it's slow, even if the road's weird, at least it's yours. Now, let's cut the fluff for a second. If you're still reading, then some part of you knows this isn't just a nice article to kill time with. This is for you. Yeah, you. The version of you that's been sitting on potential like it's an old hoodie. You're saving for later. But here's the thing. No one's probably told you later is a myth. There is no later. There's only now and what you choose to do with it. You're not going to suddenly wake up one day and feel magically brave, confident, clear, ready. That day isn't coming. You don't stumble into alignment, you choose it. You build it one messy, awkward, imperfect moment at a time. And look, I get it. You've probably got a list of reasons why it's not the right time. Too busy, too tired, too much going on, too scared you'll start and then screw it up. But what if I told you this? The version of you you're afraid of becoming if you fail. They already exist right now. Every time you avoid doing the thing that calls to you, that hits different, doesn't it? Every day you stay stuck, you're rehearsing the same identity. The one that doubts, the one that hesitates, the one that knows there's more but never goes after it. So, what are you really afraid of? Failing, or realizing that you've had the power the whole time and just never used it? That's the hard truth nobody wants to face. Because once you realize it's been on you the whole time, you can't blame the timing. You can't blame your past. You can't even blame the people who doubted you. It's just you now. You and the choice to stay lost or start walking. Let me ask you something raw. If nothing in your life changed, if you stayed exactly like this, same habits, same thoughts, same patterns, where would you be 6 months from now? Still in the loop, still figuring it out, still almost doing the thing. Now flip that. What if, for the next 6 months, you started acting like the person you keep imagining? The one who follows through, the one who speaks up, the one who's done living small. Not perfectly, just deliberately. One step, one moment, one uncomfortable move at a time. That's how it happens. And no, it's not always going to be pretty. You'll doubt yourself. You'll mess up. You'll probably have a few "what the hell am I doing" moments. But at least you'll know you're moving. At least you'll be creating something. And trust me, movement beats perfection every time. This is your turning point. Not because I said so, but because you've heard enough by now to know that something has to change. So don't pause here. Don't go back to scrolling. Don't let your potential become another almost. You've got too much in you to keep living like you don't. Here's the truth. No one wants to sit with this. There's no guarantee. No matter how much inner work you do, how many quotes you highlight, how many plans you make, nothing guarantees that it'll all work out the way you want. And that's exactly why most people never start. Because deep down, they're still hoping for a promise, a perfect setup, a painless path. But let's get honest. You're not here for a guarantee. You're here because something inside you knows that staying where you are That's the real risk. You can wait another month, another year. You can keep telling yourself it's not the right time while the days quietly pile up behind you. But eventually, you'll hit that moment. And if you're lucky, you'll catch it early, where you look in the mirror and ask, "What the hell have I been doing with my time?" That's not a fun moment. That's the kind of moment that wakes you up hard, and you either panic or you get serious. Not serious like hustle harder, grind harder. Serious like clear. Clear about what you value. Clear about who you're becoming. Clear about what kind of life you're no longer available for. Because here's the thing. When you finally decide to stop being lost, truly decide, you don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to not look away anymore. You need to stop pretending you're okay floating in circles. The map isn't going to show up fully drawn, but the compass, that's been inside you the whole time, and it's only quiet because you've been drowning it out with noise. Other people's opinions, distractions, self-doubt disguised as being realistic. So, what now? You stop ghosting your own growth. You stop waiting for confidence to show up before you act, because confidence is the reward, not the requirement. It's like waiting for the sun to rise before you decide to wake up. You miss out on the beauty of dawn, the quiet moments where the world is still yours to shape. Confidence comes from doing, from taking that first step, from embracing the uncertainty and realizing that you're stronger than you thought. You do the thing, the small thing, the first thing, the thing that makes your heart beat just a little faster because you know it matters. It could be as simple as picking up a book you've been meaning to read, or as challenging as signing up for that class you've always been curious about. Whatever it is, it's your thing, your step forward. And yeah, you're going to feel weird at first, like you're stepping into someone else's shoes. But remember, every expert was once a beginner. Every journey starts with a single step, and every masterpiece begins with a single brushstroke. The truth is, you've just outgrown the old ones. You're not becoming someone else. You're becoming you without all the delays and disclaimers. Think of it like shedding an old skin. It's uncomfortable, it's unfamiliar, but it's necessary for growth. You're not abandoning who you are. You're evolving, embracing the potential that's been waiting to emerge. So here's what I'll leave you with. If you've made it this far in the article, it's not by accident. There's a reason you're still here, still reading, still holding on to this message. Maybe it's a quiet voice inside you that's been whispering for change, or maybe it's a loud cry for action that you can no longer ignore. Whatever it is, it's real and it's powerful, because part of you is ready. Not for perfection, not for a flawless plan, just for momentum. Start today, not tomorrow. Today, with one small action that future you will thank you for. It could be as simple as writing down a goal, or as bold as reaching out to someone who inspires you. The size of the action doesn't matter. What matters is that you start, and if you're someone who likes a bit of guidance, something tangible to hold on to, I've got you covered. If this hit you, here's your next step. Short, real, and straight to the point. You'll find a little ebook I made linked in the pinned comment. It's calm, honest, and built for moments exactly like this one. It's a roadmap, a friend to guide you through the uncertainty, a reminder that you're not alone in this journey. And if this article hits something real in you, drop a comment with the word READY. That's it. No explanation, just that word. So, I know you're with me, and more importantly, so you know it too. It's a promise to yourself, a declaration that you're ready to step into your potential, to embrace the uncertainty, to become the person you've always known you could be. Remember, every great journey begins with a single step. Every masterpiece starts with a single brushstroke. Every symphony begins with a single note. Your journey is no different. It's waiting for you, ready for you to take that first step, to play that first note, to paint that first stroke. And with each step, each note, each stroke, you'll find that confidence isn't something you wait for. It's something you build, one action at a time. So, are you ready? Are you ready to step into your potential, to embrace the uncertainty, to become the person you've always known you could be? If the answer is yes, then start today. Start now. Start with one small action that future you will thank you for, because the world is waiting, and it's ready for you. The question is, are you ready for it?